Hello students. So I am ready with your second part of the story, how the camel got its hump. You can see the screen. I'll read the summary, the 3 points first. The jinn remonstrated with the camel, who said hump. The camel's beautiful back suddenly grew a lump, which was the camel's hump. The jinn assured the camel his hump would always be a help, not a hindrance. Okay, so this part, the camel will get the hump, but the jinn will also assure him that it will have some purpose. Okay, I will read it now. The jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak, the pink dust cloak, and took a walk across the desert and found the camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. What was the camel doing? He was across a lake, he was near a lake and he was looking at his own reflection. Okay, वो अपना ही शक्ल आईने में देख रहा था. My friend, said the jinn, what's this? I hear of your doing no work. What did the jinn say? Jinn said that you don't do any work. I am hearing about this. The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand while the camel looked at his own reflection in this pool of water. You can see the jinn having a hand on his chin. You are given the 3 extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness, said the jinn, and he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. What is the jinn saying to him? The 3 that had come to you. Remember, the ox, the horse and the dog. They had come to you since Monday morning, but you haven't done any work. And what was the camel doing? He was just looking at his reflection in a pool of water. He was just looking at his face in the water. What is the meaning of remonstrated, complained or protected? Hump, said the camel. Now this is so typical of this camel. For everything he would just reply hump. I shouldn't say that again if I were you, said the jinn. You might say it once too often. I want you to work. Now here the jinn is kind of giving a warning to the camel that you better not say this again and again. Hump, the hump word, I might put you to work. And the camel said hump again. Now I am reading this, and the camel said hump again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back that he was so proud of, puffing up into a great big hump. The last time the jinn already had given the warning to the camel, you better not say this hump again, but still camel did not listen, and now see what happened. The camel's back grew into a big lump. It will be called as a hump. Do you see that? Said the jinn. That's your very own hump that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. So jinn is telling this hump is a consequence of your own actions, that you are not doing any work, you are just sitting idle, you are lazy. So that is why you are being punished with this hump. Today is Thursday and you have done no work since Monday when the work began. Now you are going to work. So in the beginning of the story, what we have started, the world has just begun and animals have started working. So Monday was the first day of the world where the animals had started working, and after that it has become Thursday. Now this is symbolic also. Okay, it might not be actual 3 days in real time. It may be much more than that. So what is the jinn saying? That since Monday you are not doing any work and now it is Thursday. So now you have to bear the consequences of your own actions. जो तुमने अभी तक काम नहीं किया, अब उसका रिजल्ट भी तुम्हें भुगतना पड़ेगा. And this is the hump that is given to you. Now you are going to work. How can I, said the camel, with this hump on my back? Now camel being a lazy animal, now he has another reasoning. What reasoning? कि अब तो मेरे पीठ पे इतना बड़ा हम्प है, अब मैं काम कैसे करूँगा. Now what does the jinn say? Just see, just let us read. That has a purpose, said the jinn. All because you have missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating because you can live on your hump, and don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. Okay. Now what is the jinn is assuring? That this hump has a purpose also. What is the purpose? It can store this food and water for 3 days, so it can go on without eating for 3 days, and he can work continuously for 3 days. Actually camel does not, it's not कि 3 days का ही food और water store रहता है, उससे ज़्यादा का भी रह सकता है. But in this story, because he did not work for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and on Thursday the jinn came, so he did not work for 3 days. That is why the jinn is telling him that you can go without eating for 3 days and you will be able to work. And what else did he say? Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. Who are those 3? The horse, the ox and the dog. And the camel went away to join the 3, and from that day to this, the camel always wear a hump. We call it hump now, not to hurt his feelings. Now this is a sarcastic remark over there, a taunting remark. Hump बोलने की वजह से उसके ऊपर बड़ा सा वो hump आ गया, लेकिन हम उसको hump नहीं बोलेंगे, उसको बुरा लग जाएगा camel को, his feelings will be hurt, so that is why we'll call it hump. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave. What does the author mean by this? Still, in comparison to ox or horse or dog, camel is still a very lazy, a sluggish and a very lethargic animal. वो अभी भी उतना उनके कंपैरिजन में अभी भी lethargic ही है. आप you must have seen camel working and they put a lot of loads on the camel's back, but still if you compare it does not run. Have you ever seen a camel running? No, because in comparison to these 3 animals, camel is still a very lazy and a lethargic kind of animal, and that is how the author says he has never yet learned how to behave. Now this story is written by Rudyard Kipling, and it's an abridged version. What is the meaning of abridged version? Abridged means editing करके उसको छोटा किया है without missing out on the storyline. Rudyard Kipling is a very famous author. If you have seen Jungle Book, Mowgli, it is written by Rudyard Kipling. So he has given some very classic pieces also to us. Jungle Book being all-time favorite of the students. Now we'll discuss the comprehension check, the part 2 of these questions. First question. The camel was looking at his own reflection in the pool. What does it suggest to you about the camel? First thing, the very nature of the camel, that it is very lazy. वो पूरा दिन कुछ नहीं करके टाइम स्पेंड करता है, तो अभी वो क्या कर रहा है? बस अपना रिफ्लेक्शन देख रहा है पूल में. So this shows that camel is so lazy that he does not do anything, does not do any kind of work, just sit idle and spends his days doing these useless type of activities like reflection, looking at his own reflection in the pool. Another thing that it shows that he is very proud of his body, his long neck, long legs, and he had a smooth back at that time before the jinn came. So this also shows that he is very proud of its looks. The camel said humph repeatedly. Wow, how did it affect him? It does not affect him at all. He was a lazy. And what did he try to prove by this? That he is very lazy, he is very careless, he does not simply care. हर बार से जब भी कोई एनिमल उसके पास आता था, ox, horse, dog, what did he reply? Hump. What do you understand by this? That camel was a very I don't care attitude type of a animal and he did not care about anyone. What according to the jinn was the use of hump? The use of hump was that it can store water and food for 3 days, and that is how the camel can go on working for 3 days continuously without having to eat. He has never yet learned to behave. Number 4, he has never yet learned to behave. In the light of this, what is the writer's opinion about the camel? The writer's opinion about the camel is still that he is still very much lazy and lethargic kind of animal, and still he is the same and does not do very much work as compared to the 3, the ox, horse and the camel. This finishes your chapter. I would want you to write the comprehension check 1 and comprehension check 2 on your own. Write it in your own words. You will get the answers also, but this is a story which is more of an enjoyment type of a story, so you should also enjoy the story. The exercises also we can just discuss. Can this story be factually true? No. क्यों ये फैक्ट नहीं है? इट्स अ वर्क ऑफ फिक्शन. फैक्ट क्यों नहीं है? ऐसा हुआ है कि क्योंकि काम नहीं करने की वजह से एक जिन आया और उस जिन ने उसको ये हम्प दे दिया. फर्स्ट थिंग, जिन जो है वो फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर है, जिन इमेजिनरी कैरेक्टर है. रियलिटी में जिन, फेरीज ये सब नहीं होते. सेकेंड थिंग, हम्प ऑन अ camel's back is evolved. All the animals have evolved. आपने theory of evolution पढ़ा है, तो सब एनिमल्स का एवोल्यूशन हुआ है. ऐसा नहीं कि अचानक से किसी के हम्प आ गया क्योंकि वो काम नहीं कर रहा था इसलिए. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट रीजन दैट देयर आर नो जिन्स और फेरी टेल्स इन रियलिटी. सो दिस स्टोरी इज अ वर्क ऑफ फिक्शन. What according to you is the story about? How the world began? Why everyone should do his or her share of work seriously? Number 3, how animals are important to humans, or how the camel got his hump. According to everyone, this answer may vary from person to person. All the 4 answers are correct in a way, but whichever answer you choose, you have to tell the reasoning also. So I will leave this question to you. You have to decide the option and give the reasoning. Number 3, I'll just read. What did you do over the weekend? Were you generally active or idle? Please check your back before starting to discuss or answer the questions. Now this is a funny question. If you were just sitting idle, your back may also develop a hump. There are broadly 2. I'll read number 4 question now. There are broadly 2 categories of workers: those who prefer to do today what they can do tomorrow, and those who prefer to do tomorrow what they can do today. Where do you belong? Okay, you understood what I am trying to say? What category do you belong? You want to do your English assignment today only, or you want to postpone it to tomorrow? So again, this question is a very subjective question and you have to think with your own perspective and answer about it. So answer 1, this exercise question 1 to 4, I will not give any answers. Answers will vary from person to person, so I will not give answers of any of this. And think it over. Just read this paragraph and think about it. I will give you some topic for writing on this topic. All work is dignified and there is no such thing as menial labor. We can have a debate or a discussion on this.